Good morning, everybody. Game Time Brian, otherwise known as the mailman. Warming up my car in this brisk Super Bowl Tuesday morning in South Jersey. It is cold as a witch's beep in January, as my father would say. Colder than a witch's tit in January. That's what he would say. Shout out to my father, born in Oklahoma, raised in Dallas. Just a little bit of speaking of Oklahoma, I want to give a shout out to Toby Keith. Toby Keith passed away, Oklahoma boy. My wife's a big country music. Well, she likes everything, but I don't mind some country. I like Toby Keith, though. So he passed away with stomach cancer. Rest in peace, Toby Keith. He was a man of faith. I can respect that. It sucks. It's just weird because I didn't know he passed away. I don't know. It's really got me taken back because I didn't know he passed away, and I had a dreaming last night, and I woke up and I remembered in my dream I didn't have the TV on, saying, that Toby, dreaming that Toby Keith had passed away. And then I woke up and I didn't know nothing about it. And as I'm walking out the door, my wife goes, "Oh my God, Toby Keith passed away yesterday or last night." I honestly didn't hear it. He died in his sleep. So I don't know if it was yesterday morning. I don't know. I mean, weird. I just saw an interview with him last week too. But anyway, rest in peace, Toby Keith, Oklahoma boy. Sucks. Red Solo Cup, buddy. I don't have a Red Solo Cup on me now, but I think everybody who drinks out of a Red Solo Cup thinks of Toby Keith, right? Red Solo Cup. Come on now. But anyway, yes, this is Media Day at the Super Bowl. Media Day. I wish we were there. You know that. Dallas still hasn't. Now I'm hearing that Dallas will announce who they're hiring before the Super Bowl. Dallas, they think they're stealing some headlines. Now I'm hearing, well, it's an unwritten rule that you're not supposed to announce any hirings. You're not supposed to announce any hirings during Super Bowl week, as to not take away from the game itself. Jerry, he wants to try and steal the headlines. Hey, nobody cares. You're getting the leftovers, Jerry. You're getting the leftovers. You're getting the... Listen, I'm on record as saying, fine, go get me the best guy. If it's Mike Zimmer, go ahead. I don't know how Mike Zimmer and McCarthy are going to coexist when McCarthy and Dan Quinn are a players... Here we go. I'm getting ready for my son. McCarthy and Dan Quinn are players coaches, which means they don't do a lot of yelling at practice. It's more instruction. So Mike Zimmer doesn't play that shit, right? Mike Zimmer will get in your face and scream at you until you do it right. Listen, it works both ways. So she's starting to break up. I feel like I'm re-entering the atmosphere here. But anyway, so, the headline of this morning video is going to be, can McCarthy and Zimmer coexist? Because I don't know that they can. And Jerry doubled down yesterday. They were wearing their scarves, having an interview basically around the World Cup that's coming in 2026, that they're going to have supposedly grass field. That was one of their prerequisites, was AT&T have a grass field. Now, it's not the final. New York has the final, Jerry. But you got like 6 or 9 games. I think 6 games, maybe 9 games. Whatever, that's good. Anyway. So I don't know. But can they coexist? I don't know. I don't know that they can. I still don't like but he doubled down and said them not extending McCarthy has no impact on a defensive coach coming in. Yeah, if it's your boy, if it's an older guy, no young guy is going to come. Why? Look at Eric Bieniemy. And I'll get to that story in a minute. But, so, you let me know if McCarthy and Zimmer can coexist. Now, McCarthy has no say, yet again, lame duck. Sorry, Mike. I want you to, I'm fine with you staying long term, not on a 1-year deal. I'd march my ass down there and say, now you got the leverage, Mike. You got the leverage. Unless you're hard up for money, which I'm told that you're not. Because your wife has got money, you've made millions, you should be fine. I'd march your ass down there and go, yeah, we need to revisit this. Now who are you going to get? You going to bring Mike Zimmer in to be your head coach, Dallas? Possibly. But I would make a power play and say, yo, this lame duck's not going to work for me. Okay? But he's not going to do that because he already met with Jerry. Jerry was smart enough to meet him earlier and lock him in. So we're basically stuck. But Mike McCarthy is a guy who does not like yelling in practice. He doesn't talk down to players. Mike Zimmer is from the Bill Parcells lineage. Mike Zimmer is from the Bill Parcells lineage, okay? Which means he gets in your ass. Okay? That's just what it is. You don't see a lot of that these days with these young athletes, you know? And that gets me to my next thing. I'm on record of saying they're going to coexist for about 6 to 8 games next year until Mike's fired. Or whenever their bye week is, they'll probably fire him right before the game after the bye week. That's my opinion. So I'm not trying to be negative, but if you're asking me now, just like I'm on record of saying I think the Commanders win the division next year. So let me see if I got what I need. Got him. So let me know if you think they can coexist. I think they can for about a half a season. That's what I think. And I think Zimmer takes over. If they don't hire Zimmer, then whoever they hire is going to take. I don't think it would be the ex-Giants defense coordinator. Wink. But I was watching Jesse Holley this morning. Jesse Holley and Jeff Kavanaugh. And Jesse basically made a comment. And this is true. This is what I was saying about my son. Never seeing Dallas win. He's only 19. But he was reassuring everybody that the Dallas Cowboys and playing for the Dallas Cowboys is not a destination for these young current players. These 24, 25, 26, 27-year-old players have never seen the Cowboys be relevant. That's a fact. Okay? These young kids could care less about history of the NFL or what happened years ago, 30 years ago almost. They're about the money, and they're about now. I mean, I told you, my son is not, he'll always be a Cowboy fan, but he's becoming uninterested. He'd rather watch Monday Night Raw or whatever, or he'd rather play his video game or, whatever. He's less inclined to sit down and watch a 3-hour Cowboy game knowing that he's never seen him win anything. And we live in an area where everybody around us says Dallas sucks, right? All the Eagle fans will say Dallas sucks. So, and then we root for the Phillies, obviously, and then they lose. Now, you don't really remember 2008? I think he was what? 8? Yeah, he was 4. So, Flyers stink. 76ers and Embiid's out for 2 months now. So, what Jesse's trying to say is the star, all this is no attraction to any of these new players. You got to pay for the players. That's it. They'd rather take a pay cut to go play for the Chiefs or the 49ers or the Bills. Why? Because they're always winning, at least in the playoffs. I know certain podcasters, my friends, hint, hint, like to hammer Josh Allen. He's got a shit ton of playoff wins. I mean, that's what it's about. Has he gotten to a Super Bowl? No. But, you know. So, Jesse Holley says Dallas Cowboys is not a destination. So, Jerry needs to get that in his mind that the players of today could care less about your organization because you haven't won nothing in 30 years. Okay? So, it's sad but true. Again, I'm not trying to be... this way, but it's true. I just cut you off, you fucking... You ain't coming around me, brah. Anyway, and my final thing here is just an interesting note. What is going on with the Washington Commanders? Literally, I saw the video. If you guys saw the video of Dan Quinn walking into the building and he walked into a standing ovation, okay? It was really, really neat. If you just Google it or check it out. Dan Quinn walked into the Washington Commanders facility. We know it's crap, Mark, but who cares? It's football. Maybe we need a little bit of crap. Maybe we need to play in a stadium where there's a little bit of sewage falling. And maybe that'll make you a little tougher, like Loyal Cowboy always says. Maybe practice in the mud or something. Our guys are soft. They are. We got a soft football team. You can't win in the playoffs. That's soft. But, anyway, Dan Quinn, you know what Dan Quinn had to do? Dan Quinn was there, and the new offensive coordinator was there. And guess what? The Commanders never told Eric Bieniemy that he was fired. He was still in his office doing work. So Dan Quinn had to go to his office, Eric Bieniemy's office, and tell him, hey, you did a great job, but I hired my guy, Cliff Kingsbury, who's here now, and he needs the space. So, I don't know what's going on in Commanderville up there in D.C., or I don't know. I don't think they're practicing. I think it's in Maryland, where their actual facilities are. But that's about as low as you could get. I need to stop and get some gas. But, yeah, I just think it's ridiculous that they made Dan Quinn do that. They should have taken care of that. Hey, the owner of the Commanders, Harris, who also owns the 76ers, who also owns the New Jersey Devils, should have taken care of that. He's too busy talking about how good the Sixers are going to be, which I don't buy it. So, whatever. Let me get gas. Give me a sec. And I'm back. Sorry, I had to get gas. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty rotten of the Commanders to do to Eric Bieniemy. So, where's Eric Bieniemy going to land? You could have told him last week what was happening. So, where's he going to land? I'm sure he'll land somewhere. But I think it's just rude, man. I just think how they treat people. I know it's a business, but Jesus. What did you tell Eric Bieniemy? I would have said, dude, you got to go. Just get your stuff. That way it's not an awkward situation. Dan Quinn walked into an awkward situation. But in saying that, I think Dan Quinn is going to get a lot out of that team. They're going to make a lot of additions. They're going to make a play with Cliff Kingsbury in the mix. They want a Caleb out of USC, the Caleb Williams. We could very much see a Cliff Kingsbury, a Caleb Williams, and if I was them, I would bring in somebody like a veteran, for a year. But nowadays, if Caleb Williams is really that guy, and you trade up with Chicago to get him, I mean, you got Drake May there. You got the quarterback out of LSU. I would say Drake May would be the next guy. I think he's a good fit too. We're going to have to deal with them. I'm just very interested to see who exactly we're going to lose in this whole process. You know, that's what I'm curious to see. Who are we going to lose in free agency? But that's about it. I will have my lunchtime chat at 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to try and stick to that time. Today should be an easier day. Tuesdays are normally less mail than Mondays. But again, I'll be live at 2 o'clock. Come check me out. But just let me know, please. Do you think that McCarthy and Mike Zimmer, two opposites, you know, Dan Quinn was a player's coach, and he turned that horrific defense around. Yes, I know we didn't have a lot of playoff success under Dan Quinn. I think a lot of that had to do with personnel, and if that doesn't change, it doesn't matter who the coordinator is going to be, honestly. So let me know if you think that Zimmer, who is not... Players play hard for Zim. Don't get me wrong. They play their ass off for Mike Zimmer. It's just a different philosophy. Is McCarthy going to like Zimmer yelling at practice when he's Mr. Hey, come here, and puts his arm around you and says, we need to do this, we need to do that, we need to do this. So let me know what you think about McCarthy versus Zimmer. Let me know what you think about the way Eric Bieniemy was treated. And let me know what you think of what Jesse Holley said regarding the current players could care less about the Cowboys. It is what it is. 2 o'clock, people. Check me out. Later. Peace.